Right now, millions of people use AI to completely outsource their thinking. They treat it like a wheelchair for the mind. But if you sit in a wheelchair when you can still walk, your cognitive abilities eventually atrophy and turn to stone. The top 1% of performers approach this differently. They use AI as a high-performance gym to introduce deliberate friction and become dangerously intelligent. Over the next 6 minutes, we are going to build your personalized AI mastery workflow. By the end, you will have a systematic way to conquer the most difficult, high-stakes projects on your desk. To prepare, open up your preferred AI platform, whether that is ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini. Think of one complex topic or project you need to master today, and keep it in mind. This preparation marks a permanent shift in how you work. We are ensuring AI amplifies your strategic value instead of training it to become your replacement. To start, we have to fix a biological glitch in how our brains process work. We all suffer from completion bias. Your brain gives you the same dopamine hit for finishing a trivial email as it does for finishing a strategy document. Because of this, everything feels like priority 1. Let's look at this chart. Curve 1 represents tasks with a capped payoff, like formatting slides. Here, tweaking adds 0 extra value. But curve 2 is high leverage work. Payoff stays flat, then curves exponentially upward. Being 1% better here solves 99% of problems. To stay in that zone of obsession, you have to separate your curve 1 tasks from your curve 2 tasks. For that, we use the DRAG framework. DRAG stands for drafting, research, analysis, and grunt work. You need to dump these curve 1 tasks into your AI immediately. You do this using the AIM protocol. Tell the AI, act in this role, use this input, and execute this precise mission. The output you get won't be perfect. In fact, that first draft might be quite rough. That is entirely fine. The objective here is to eliminate the blank page problem, so you have a starting point. By handing off your repetitive drafting and research, you stop wasting your cognitive energy on low-value output. You preserve your mental endurance for the high-stakes decisions that demand human intuition. Now that the grunt work is out of the way, your focus shifts to your core project. This is your zone of obsession. In this stage, standard single-sentence prompts will fail you. We often treat AI like a deterministic calculator. We expect that if we type a request, we will get a predictable answer. But AI is a probability engine. It will happily hallucinate an answer just to give you what it thinks you want to hear. To get elite results, you have to climb the intelligent hill. You move up from simple one-shot prompts to providing multiple examples until you reach the peak, chain of thought reasoning and agentic workflows. A chain of thought agent is a strategy where you intentionally force the AI to slow down. Instead of letting it rush to an answer, you demand that it breaks down its logic first. For your core project, use this agentic prompt structure. Tell the AI to do deep research and include think step by step and show your reasoning. When you run this, the AI will explicitly list its logical steps on your screen. You get to verify its thought process before it generates the final memo. Forcing the machine to show its work drastically reduces hallucinations. This shift elevates you from someone just taking orders from an algorithm to an executive director managing a highly capable analyst. At this point, you have a high-quality strategy document, but this is where the biggest trap lies. If you let that AI-generated memo substitute for your own understanding of the topic, you stop growing. When you lift heavy weights, the muscle fibers tear, and they grow back stronger. Your mind requires that exact same friction to grow. Take the core concepts from the memo you just generated, paste them back into your AI, and assign it a new role. Tell the AI it is now your spotter, and its job is to test your knowledge. You will instruct your spotter to apply progressive overload using a 4-level quiz structure. Level 1, a high schooler. Level 2, a college student. Level 3, an executive interview. And Level 4 challenges you like an irate boss who thinks you are unprepared. As you answer the Level 1 questions, the AI will evaluate your responses and increase the pressure. You will face escalating pushback as you advance through the ranks. This process forces you to internalize the material. Long-term intelligence is never forged through convenience. It is strictly built through active resistance. Eventually, during that irate boss simulation, you are going to hit a wall. you will find a gap in your knowledge, and human ego will try to prevent you from admitting it. When that happens, you deploy a tactical retreat to simplicity through neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. This rewiring only happens when you are at the edge of your ability, making errors and feeling frustrated. Drop the mask of mastery. Type directly into the interface. "I don't understand this specific subtopic. Explain it to me like I am 10 years old." It feels ridiculous to ask basic questions about your own field, but the AI does not judge you. It doesn't roll its eyes, and it certainly doesn't play office politics. AI provides the privacy to be a fool in secret. You can ask the basic questions you'd never dare ask a colleague, accelerating your learning without the fear of judgment. Look at what you've accomplished in just a few minutes. You bypassed hours of grunt work, generated a deeply researched strategy memo, and rigorously tested your brain against a simulated boss. More importantly, you have created a permanent asset. You now have 3 master templates embedded in your AI history that you can deploy at any time. Take your drag delegator prompt, your chain of thought agent, and your 4-level gym spotter, and save them into a quick access document. Always outsource information tasks to the machine to save your energy, but use the AI gym to ensure you are the one growing sharper.